Hey guys, it's Datamancer here, back again with another iRacing video. Today was a little different. I had a race about 11 hours ago that I thought warranted sharing. Originally I didn't stream it, but I decided after the fact, because it was a good race, to go ahead and do so. So here we go. This is the start of my qualifying lap that actually counted. And well, let's just get into it, I suppose. This is kind of a nice way to do this because I'm going to be able to skip over a lot of the time that we spend waiting a lot in the live. And depending on how this goes, I might start doing it this way. I'm releasing a lot of videos of varying sort of quality, and in the interest of kind of toning it down a little bit, it might make more sense to do it this way. I thought my lines here were pretty good. That wasn't great, and that my time wasn't bad. I was a little bit to the inside there. I hit that nicely. I thought that was nicely done, but I did have a little bit of a slide there, and that surely cost me, so yeah. But when it was all said and done, yeah, I keep to the inside like I do. Fight me, I think it's the faster line. Once it was all said and done, that netted me a cool 4th place. Now, it's interesting to me to point out that had it been as fast as my fastest overall lap, I would have qualified first. The grouping here is fairly tight, but I did qualify 4th. So, pretty good. Alright, what do you say we jump into the race? I don't really recall how this race went exactly, like a lap for lap, but we should have some pretty close racing here. That guy won. Oh, shoot. Okay, I hate that camera mode. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. That was kind of cool. Alright, we're not going to do that much. I'm going to stop screwing around with the camera. I haven't done this much before, and so these guys are coming through. Now, that guy just wings it up the inside like a madman. It took everything I could to keep it alive. This guy went ahead and was opportunistic about it. Now, I don't think there's anything necessarily too wrong with that. I think his move, he went for the line, he went for the hole that he saw. Honestly, it wasn't there. He bashed into me. But I think it was, as I recall, it was, and I know for a fact it was a 0-point incident, and it really didn't screw up my car at all. So, in the end, I don't feel too bad about that. And I like his paint scheme. That always helps. But now we're coming in here, and look at that. I mean, we are very closely matched here, and one of the things you're going to see, well, I guess let's just watch, but yeah, getting very close to his trunk there, trying desperately not to touch. Now that had to be inches. That was very, very close. And that kind of stuff makes me nervous, but I mean, I'm fighting as hard as I can. The closer I am, the more draft I get, and, you know, I'm watching 1 and 2, they're just starting to get a little bit of a gap. Oh, I've got the inside a little bit, but not quite. And once again, right on his bumper. Now we're doing this again. I'm still going full bore here. Coasting through. Right, well, that's pretty close. I mean, yeah, I could be closer, but really, would that be wise? I'm not an F1 driver. I don't have that consistency, and I don't trust, even if I had that consistency, I don't trust that he does. So I have to give him some room. I came over here, I remember that. I wanted to do a little fake attack. I kind of screwed it up because I didn't get back to the outside fast enough, and I had to brake on, like, the defensive line, technically. And I actually ended up losing a couple tenths there. I was pretty frustrated with myself at that one because, I mean, but in my defense, I haven't done a ton of attacking, so that was kind of new for me, but I wanted to show him very intently, I am trying to pass you, I am going to be attacking, I want to get it in his head. I want him to be thinking about that and pretty much nothing else. That would be ideal. So he just bombed into that corner like a madman, and they are not really keeping away from me in T1, which is awesome. But look at this now. The battle up front is starting to slow everything down, and the guy in 3rd here is actually starting to find pace. We have both essentially caught up to the guys in first and second who had a bit of a gap. He makes sort of a little bit of a lungy, sort of think about it attack to the inside. Obviously doesn't work. The door got slammed immediately. I am still just right on his bumper. You'll see there I just let off the gas to give me a little gap. I wanted to make sure that I could get into this corner without smashing into the back of him. And of course I blew it because, well, it changes up the braking a little bit. You're going a little slower. I got a car in front of me, which means I got to brake a little earlier. And it all kind of ends up slowing you down. And now, as you can see, I mean, just half a lap ago, we were all stacked up tight, and now first has got a gap. Second, third are starting to get away from me. That's probably about a 1 second gap right there, maybe a 1.2. So I'm pretty frustrated at this point. I'm not getting the draft, and I want that. Here we go back into T1. It seems like I did better at T1 than these guys did pretty much consistently. That wasn't enough to get me right back on his bumper, but it surely, well, I think it closed the gap a little bit. We attack. We are on, well, we'll find out on the straightaway what lap we're on. Probably 5 or 6 of 15. 15 laps at Phoenix. I didn't mention that. Yeah, pretty boilerplate stuff here so far. Oh, look at that. He's close to the guy in front of him. Why am I going so slow? What did I do? Something very weird happened there to me. I couldn't even begin to tell you what it was at this point, but I just went dead slow. Oh, I think I took a black flag for cutting the course and I had to yield time. In fact, that's exactly what it was. We are on lap 4. This is coming up onto lap 5 here. Yep, this is the start of lap 5. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I cut too far to the outside there. I hate that track limit because it's so poorly defined. I took a black flag and had to yield like 2 seconds, so that's why I was driving so slow around that corner. But in my defense, I think I handled it almost perfectly. It's like as soon as the zeros came up, I slammed the gas and was off and away. And as you can see, there's a gap, but I mean, it's definitely within striking distance. He is pushing on the guy in third. He is trying really hard to kind of harry the guy in third. And look how much time he just lost there because of it. Now I've got to run. Look at this. I'm pulling on him right now. I'm going to pull to the inside here and get right up beside him, and this is an actual attack this time. Unlike last race where I had trouble with it, this time I make it stick without hitting him. Dollars to donuts, he's on my inside. I should have figured out what the pause button was. No, it looks like I'm clear of him, so there you have it. Can't argue with them results. Alright, that puts me up into third place with 10 laps to go. We just completed the 5th lap, and we have 10 laps to go. Now, first and second that is a substantial gap. In the race I just finished, which I also didn't record, a gap like that was functionally insurmountable. So let's see if we can do anything here, but that gap is big. I'm basically at this point going to have to wait for them to fight each other, which is what I hope for. Or, you know, of course, the good old make a mistake, which would also work. But essentially I need them to start racing each other. That'll slow them down real bad. But generally speaking, I mean, last lap was a 108.8. There was not a lot of draft involved on that straightaway. I made a pass on that lap, and I did a 108.8. So my lap times are pretty good here. But they're still too far. That's about a 3-second gap if I'm looking at it correctly. It looks like about a 3-second gap, maybe 4. In any case, it's a lot. So right now I'm basically hoping for a miracle and resigning myself to third place, starting to get ready for the letdown. And they're side by side going into T1. Looks like the pass stuck. There is a new leader. In fact, I remember this because my pit boss radioed in and said that I was in second place, which was a glitch, and I thought it was kind of amusing. But so I was like, no, I think he said the next car was the leader. The next car was the leader, not the leader anymore. But there was just a change in first and second, so And as you can see, I think it's pretty clear. It looks like they have backed up just a little bit. That did slow them down. I think the guy in second is currently holding up the guy, or the guy in first is holding up the guy that's currently in second. So yeah, they're getting backed up a little bit, but they're still battling, and all I got to do is wait for them to battle away. Look at that, we had a car stop on the side of the road. I didn't slow down even an iota for that. No way in hell I had time for that. So they're braking, they're battling hard. We got the guy in second's taking a look. The guy in first appears to have had a very bad T1. He is way outside. The guy in second they're side by side now, but the guy in first holds on to it. Green car is harrying him. He's just right on his bumper, and you can see that the black car is having some trouble. There we go, and look at that. Just like that, they got so slowed up, and now I'm right back on their bumper and right in the contention of this battle. Kind of hard to keep the heart rate down when the situation turns into this, but it's important to remain calm. I take a fairly inside line. I looked to the inside, decided not to go for it. The draft is more important, and I certainly didn't have a proper passing opportunity there, so I had to essentially go outside so that I was next to them. Now look at that, the guy in second's making the pass, but he got real slidey right there, and I'm going to follow him right through, and I believe at this point I am now in second place. Yes, I am in second place. I managed to make it stick. It was pretty close. I know I was right up on him, and now I'm taking looks in on the guy in first. He's just had a long, hard-fought battle, and his tires have got to be harsh. I can take these hardcore inside lines and really just sort of show him my intent. My other problem, though, is, as I mentioned before, if we go into braking zones, I have to back off because I'm not going to be 2 inches away from him when he hits the brakes. He takes a slightly wider line, but really, honestly, tidy enough. I can't quite keep up with that. He kind of fades too far to the outside there, and I think that slowed him up. I really panicked there. I thought for sure I was going to get another black flag. I did not, thankfully. That would have been tragic. I did just get rammed from behind. It was a 0-point contact. The guy in third, he was just wanting it, and he gave me a little tiny bonk. Nothing big, nothing really, honestly, to worry about. I didn't even feel it in the car. I actually wondered what the hell hit me or what I hit. And I looked at my rearview mirror, and even then, the car didn't seem close enough. It didn't make sense to me, but anyway, bygones, it really didn't matter at all, so T1 again. Now, all race at this point, I have basically outperformed these guys in T1. So T1 is definitely where I'm looking to do some damage. I am right up on him. I'm going for the inside again. Not quite there. I'm looking to the inside again. Not quite there, but I am pushing for it. He got the corner a little bit wrong, and he overdrove it into the corner. I'm going to get up right next to him. Right next to it. We are door to door. And if you look at this, we are door to door through. Oh, and he makes it stick. He makes it stick. We are bumper to bumper again. I have a look on the inside this time. I can't make it go. I got to get up behind him again and keep drafting. That was a very aggressive attack there by me, but I think it was all clean racing. He just managed to edge me out in that corner there because I had to take such a tight inside line. I really was about as far inside as you can go, and you want to take that corner on the inside, but not that far. It really was 2 wheels just right there on the edge of the road. I almost made it stick, but it wasn't quite there. In T1, he runs a little bit wide, but not horribly so. He manages to keep his position, but not before overdriving the corner to keep it. I don't really capitalize very well. Looks like I got some wheel spin. What's new? Come off the curb. That was a nice choice to when to start decelerating there, I think. He runs wide again. This time I'm pushing through hard. I come up on him, and right there, I make it stick. Boom. It's a shame there's no rearview mirror on this, but because he was like right back there. And we come into the corner, 1-1-1. Oh, and he's got a little bit of a run on me here, but I kind of cut him off, chop him off, close the door, or whatever you want to call it. But the race is still phenomenally close. As we come into lap 12, the beginning of lap 12 here. He looks to the inside, but I mean T1 is such a fast corner. You're not going to get the inside. You'd have to be door to door with them coming down the straightaway to get it, just like we do at the start of the race. He's trying to brake late. He manages to hold the line. I think I must have gone a little bit slow through there, but the exit looks like was good. I come really wide. I'm using the entirety of the track here. Let's see, I've been chopping these guys in this corner pretty well too. Can I get some gap? I've got barely any gap. I've got maybe half a second. And they are battling each other now. That's exactly what I need. Right on my tail. Oh man, right on my tail as we enter the speedway. Oh, he's got a little bit of a slide. That was a mistake. That's going to cost him time. And at this point, there it is. That's a gap now. He drifted there, it slowed him down, and he ended up getting back in front of third, or third got behind him, or whatever. Yeah, third's trying to come around now. But at the end of the day, that cost him probably 3 or 4 seconds. Or 2 or 3. Let's go with 2 or 3. I don't know if 3 or 4 is realistic. I don't think 4 seconds was really the loss there. That corner was pretty slow, but we are now on lap 13 of 15. That means there are less than 3 laps left, and I am currently running in the lead. Just trying to keep it real calm, real cool and collected. It's hard to know what the gap is right now. I don't think there's any control for me to find that out. But you can see that they are, it looks like, okay, the guy that was in third came up into second place. And he's not far off of me. He is a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds. Yeah, that's not a huge gap at all. So I'm definitely nervous here. That said, 2 laps to go, coming across the line right now. So all I got to do is hold on for 2 more laps, and we're talking about a 2-second gap-ish thing going on here. So the way I'm looking at it is if I can do good this lap, that should be about a lock. But you never want to let up. Not a horrible corner, not a great corner. I did get up on the curb there. It gives me a nice little exit speed. Overall, I don't know if that's fast or not, but it's something I like to do, I guess. Oh man, and he is right up on me. God, I have no room at all. That's less than half a second. I get a decent exit though, and that's looking a little bit better. He's back a ways back there again, so another nice corner there. I think I took it a little bit slow. Last lap was a 109.2. Is he gaining on me at all? It's hard to tell. If it is, it's minute, but it doesn't look like he is. And if I'm not mistaken, we are about to start the 15th and final lap. So all I've got to do is hold on for 1 more lap, and the race is mine. Let's see how my final lap was. Oh, ran wide there. And I was in second earlier than I want to be. That had to have me sweating bullets. What's going on behind us? Oh, shoot. Oh, he's right on me. There we go. Oh, I took that way on the inside. I never do that anymore. I used to do that. So that's got to slow me down by a couple tenths. What are we working with? He is right on me. There is no room for error. Coming down the final straight here. Hit the rev limiter. God, if that's not nerves, I don't know what it is. He has got to be 3 tenths, maybe. He is well within drafting range and has a theoretical chance to attack. It's definitely close enough. I mean, he's right on my bumper for all intents and purposes. But as you can see, it is not going to quite be enough. So, with that, I rack up my my third road win here at Phoenix, and my 3rd road win ever. Man, I sure do love this track. But that went all my way, and I thought it would be fun to share it with you guys. Um, so, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them. I'll try to reply. And you're welcome to subscribe if you want to see more videos. I stream quite a bit. It's usually iRacing at this point. Sometimes Assetto Corsa. But anyway, I guess I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you for the next video.